My name is Adrienne I am a sculptor. I work in a variety of materials. In this video, we are going to mix up some plaster, and I'll take you through the steps of seeing how that's done. So you sometimes have these pre-mixed containers, and that's just good to go. You can start utilizing that, but sometimes you have it in powder form, like Plaster of Paris, and I'll show you another bag that we're gonna be using, which is joint compound. This is just me taping it up each time. You wanna make sure that you're in a ventilated area because the powder does go into the air. Oftentimes I wear a mask. Sometimes I wear gloves because I don't want that stone drying out my hands or setting onto my hands. I don't think it's as dangerous as other materials for that skin contact, but still it's not something that you need really. And with the powder, we're gonna be mixing it with water, and I'll show you how that's done. I like to keep my plaster in a bucket like this if it comes in some kind of bag that's easily accessible to moisture. I put it in something like this so that it can stay away from said moisture with a lid. So we've got our plaster, we've got our water and our stir stick. You can pour plaster into the water. That is one technique where you pour it into the water, you stir until it starts creating a little bit of an island. You stir until your desired consistency. For me, I'm gonna pour the water into the plaster because I have the amount of plaster that I want. So let's do it. As you can see, there is not enough water. When it's still chunky and powdery and not moving along like a smooth mud, you want to keep adding more water. But you want to be wary not to add, or wary not to add too much water, because then it can be extremely runny. So it really depends on what you want. You want it thick like this, or do you want it runnier? For me, this is still a little bit too thick. I think that should be good. Yeah, there you go. Where the whole thing starts to feel smooth. You want to make sure you get all around the edges so there's no loose powder stuck in there somewhere. Yeah, this is a pretty good consistency for me. Yep. All right, let's do it.